Well, guys, what is going to happen to the quote unquote Maryland man? Now, yesterday in court, a judge was supposed to rule on his fate. Will he actually be released on bail before his trial? Now, we know, guys, that he's really not going to be free. ICE is actually waiting on him. It's only a matter of time, folks. But the judge yesterday did not make a ruling. Something's telling me, guys, that this judge is trying to delay the inevitable. Well, folks, Kilmar Abrego Garcia will never, ever, ever be free again. Let's just be clear about that. He will never, ever, ever be free. This man is a human trafficker who smuggles humans across the United States. And folks, he's going to find out big time. Now, he was actually brought back to his home country of El Salvador, living a good life. Bukele actually released a video showing how good he was living. Even though Democrats were saying, oh, it's so terrible, man, he's being abused down there. It's his home country. And all that's been debunked. The Democrats really wanted this man back. And guess what? He's back. But folks, not for long. I mean, we found out some very interesting information, folks, as to why this judge is probably delaying it. I mean, the judge can't make a decision on whether or not to actually release Abrego Garcia. In my opinion, guys, I'm going to say it. The judge should release Abrego Garcia. Yes, I'm saying that, guys. Because guess what? It's going to be way worse for him if he actually does get released. And this man is terrified, man. He's terrified. He does not want to be released. Now, he's up there in Tennessee. He wants to actually go to Maryland right now and be held in jail there. Folks, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. He shouldn't. He should be released. Because guess what, folks? This is something I didn't even know. When he gets released, I was thinking ICE is going to detain him. Of course, they're going to deport him and bring him back for his trial. Nah. It's going to be way worse, according to this legal expert here, guys. So let's go ahead and get into it. Here we go. And by the way, before we actually get to that clip, Abrego Garcia had supporters outside the courtroom. These people are out of their minds. They're supporting a dangerous MS-13, wife-beating, criminal alien, human trafficker. That's a lot right there. Listen into this clip, guys. Here we go.
A fundamental responsibility of living in a free society is defending it. That is why a simple citizen might lose work hours and wages to come protest in the July heat. Because we would rather bear this heat than the hot breath of tyrants down our necks. Thank you. Justice for Kilmar.
Justice for Kilmar.
We are all 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 Kilmar.
Todos somos Kilmar.
Todos somos Kilmar.
Yeah, so they had to say we're all Kilmar in English and in Spanish. Really? Are you guys actually really Kilmar? Are you guys criminals? Are you guys MS-13 gang members? And I'm wondering, guys, is that actually Abrego Garcia's wife right there? Kind of looks like her, but I'm not really sure. These people are crazy. But look over here, man. I found this here, and it says legal expert weighs in on Kilmar Abrego Garcia legal battle. Like I said, guys, the judge didn't make a ruling on whether or not to actually release him. Well, this legal expert man is about to drop a bombshell here, because if this man gets released, it's about to be way worse, guys. Way worse. Here we go.
After a judge said there would be no ruling on his release this week. His lawyers were hopeful he would have been released yesterday and returned to Maryland, but that did not happen. The Trump administration is still threatening to deport him if and when he's released. So what happens now? Legal expert Eurypsy Morgan is joining us this morning. Good morning, Eurypsy.
Good morning.
So let's talk about what was going on yesterday. What was the judge in that particular hearing? Because there are a couple of different hearings going on. The judge in Tennessee, what was that judge considering, and why didn't they make a ruling yesterday as expected?
So what they were considering had nothing to do with whether or not he was guilty or innocent of the charge of being a smuggler, right, a human trafficking smuggler. Rather, what they were talking about was whether or not he should be released pending his actual trial on that charge. So it's very similar to, what happens here in state court, which is the person a flight risk? Are they a danger to the community? If either of those questions is answered in the affirmative, if either of those answers is yes, then that person will be sitting in detention. They'll be sitting in jail until their actual trial to decide whether they're guilty or innocent.
Yeah, so you heard that right there. So they're trying to weigh whether or not he's going to stay in jail pending his trial. But this next part, guys, is big. Make sure you guys listen to the rest of this.
But the judge didn't decide because the judge said he doesn't know enough about what would happen if he did actually release him.
Check this out.
Yes. So the judge did say that although there have been a lot of allegations and there's been a lot of concern in the media about what will happen to him, ICE has said that if he is released, they will pick him up and put him in deportation proceedings, which means that at that point, they really wouldn't be able to pursue the drug smuggling or the human trafficking charges. It would make it much more difficult because, as we've seen in the immigration community, it has been very difficult because a lot of times when they do get detained by ICE then does not cooperate with the state or the federal law enforcement, courts. And so it's very difficult to get them back in court and try the actual case. They just end up in deportation proceedings.
Which is all very interesting. Separately, the case that's happening in Maryland, his attorneys are asking for his return to Maryland while he awaits that trial. And then they're asking for 72 hours notice before he would be deported. How does that help him? How does that 72 hours matter, since the Trump administration is saying if and when and where he's released, we're going to deport him?
Yeah, and it makes it very complicated. There are so many moving pieces in here. I think the 72 hours would give them at least an opportunity to try to make arrangements or to try to figure out what's going to happen or try to at least get a grasp on what is going on. But I think it does make it very difficult because on the one hand, you do have the administration that's saying, Pam Bondi is saying, we are going to prosecute him for this human trafficking. And on the other hand, ICE is saying, if you let him go at any time, we are going to try to deport him.
And none of it seems to be in his attorney's favor, because even
Ding,
if he does
ding,
go
ding.
to ICE, then that's all under the control of the DOJ, and they've made clear what they want to happen. So it'll be interesting to see how this continues to play out. Seems like there's no immediate end in sight with any resolution on either side. So,
Yeah, you heard that right there, guys. So if he gets released, ICE is going to detain him and put him in deportation proceedings. Other words, guys, alligator Alcatraz. And then they may possibly, considering this guy's dangerous, send this man to South Sudan. And guess what? He's never coming back. They're saying there's not going to be a trial if he's deported. He's gone. Gone. And you know what? This is probably really freaking out Abrego Garcia. Really freaking him out. Even though Pam Bondi said, yeah, we're going to prosecute him, I said, yeah, he's going to go immediately into deportation proceedings. And I get what she was saying. It's going to be harder to prosecute him considering he won't be in this country. He's going to be out of this country, guys. So maybe, just maybe, I don't know for sure, when Trump and Bukele actually brought him back, they just want to show how dumb and stupid the Democrats were trying to vouch for this guy. And now everybody's seeing, man, his crimes. Maybe that's the reason why. Maybe Trump was thinking, all right, let's bring him back. Let's just show the world his crimes we're going to deport him anyway, and we're going to send him to someplace even worse than El Salvador, South Sudan, via Alligator Alcatraz. So, guys, what do you think of this, man? This dude may never return, even for trial. He's going into purgatory, into a war zone down there. Yeah, folks, this is what happens when you F around. You're going to find out. It's only a matter of time, guys. One way or the other, Abrego Garcia, whether it's trial or not, he was going to get deported out of this country. Boy, South Sudan, Alligator Alcatraz is calling, man. It is calling. This judge is just trying to delay the inevitable, folks. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.